You invoice a US client, they pay you $10,000, but by the time it lands in your UK bank account, it's less than £7,400, and you don't even get a thank you from the bank that shaved off the difference. Sounds familiar? Now, if you run an e-commerce shop, a creative agency, or really any business trading internationally, FX fees and delays aren't just annoying, they eat your margins. And the only viable solution against that is a multi-currency business account. Hi, I'm Chris Barman, and today we're covering multi-currency business accounts and taking a closer look at a player that's been making serious moves, Airwallex. We'll see where they fit in and if they really are a better choice than much more well-known B2C fintechs like Wise and Revolut. So let's get started. Right, this one's easy. A multi-currency business account lets you hold, send, and receive funds in more than one currency without converting every payment the moment it hits your account. Rather than juggling separate accounts in the US, Europe, and wherever else you trade, you use a single platform with local bank account details so clients can pay you as if that you were based there. Now, a multi-currency account removes the need for international wires, which is amazing for reducing delays. And most importantly, it gives you control over when and if you convert your money. The alternative? Your high street bank quietly takes 3 to 5% of every foreign transaction through a combination of FX markups, transfer fees, and slow processing. Why multi-currency accounts matter? Here's why multi-currency accounts are a game changer if you do business across borders. You save money. Traditional UK banks typically charge between 2.7% and 3% on non-sterling card payments, plus hefty FX margins. If you spend £50,000 a month in supplier payments, that's £18,000 a year. In comparison, a fintech like Airwallex only charges a 0.5% FX margin on major currencies. You speed things up. The average SME waits about 3 days for an international payment to clear via SWIFT. And to keep the example, Airwallex uses local payment rails where possible, meaning instant or same-day transfers across more than 120 countries. Use smooth cash flow. Holding your funds in foreign currencies means that you can convert only when rates are favorable. For the most volatile currencies, that flexibility can protect your margins. You simplify operations. A single solution means that you won't need multiple foreign bank accounts, logins, and clunky reconciliation processes. Your finance team will save hours every week. In fact, a study suggests up to 3.6 hours per week is lost just reconciling payments across currencies. That's 23 working days a year. How Airwallex works. Right, we briefly mentioned Airwallex, but what do they actually give you? First, you get local accounts in pound sterling, US dollars, euros, Australian dollars, and more, complete with local banking details, not just a generic IBAN number. Across more than 60 countries. You can receive, hold, convert, and spend in over 20 plus currencies, and pay out to 150 countries in more than 60 plus currencies, with transfers routed via local systems wherever possible to keep costs and delays to a minimum. FX conversions are charged at 0.5% above the interbank rate for major currencies, or 1% for less common ones. Compare that to a traditional bank's 3 to 5% markup, and it starts to look like a rounding error. There's no setup fee, and monthly fees start at £0 with paid plans, unlocking extras like additional employee cards and expense management. The £19 per month Explore plan, for example, is waived if you hold £10,000 or more. You can issue virtual and physical Visa corporate cards with 0% foreign transaction fees, integrated with Xero, QuickBooks, Shopify, and more, and even get real-time expense tracking built into a single dashboard. Airwallex also offers like-for-like settlement. That means that you can accept and pay out US dollars. For example, pay out US suppliers using USD you earn from US customers with no conversion required. Airwallex versus the competition. Now, this is all very nice, but how does Airwallex compare? Wise Business is a favourite among freelancers and small teams. It supports over 40 currencies, charges transparent FX fees starting from 0.43% and keeps things simple. But there's a one-off setup fee, and as soon as your finance needs start to scale, you'll notice the cracks. No real spend control, no batch payments, and limited automation. Revolut Business is slick and feature-rich, especially for startups. You get credit lines, a decent mobile experience, and multi-currency accounts in 30+ currencies. But their interbank rates are only free up to a cap. Once you go beyond that, the fees creep in. For high volume cross-border payments, Airwallex usually comes out ahead, both on price and on the flexibility of how you move funds. Then there's Payoneer. It's still a go-to for Amazon sellers and freelancers using marketplace platforms, but with conversion fees pushing past 3% and withdrawal fees on top, it gets expensive fast, and it's not built for businesses doing more than just marketplace work. Airwallex, by contrast, isn't just a multi-currency wallet. It's a full-stack finance platform which helps build your global financial infrastructure. You can receive in 20+ currencies, pay out to 150 countries, issue corporate cards instantly to your team, and track spending in real time, all from one single dashboard. It also helps you avoid what they call the conversion trap. That's when your money gets converted when it's collected. Again, when you transfer it to your main account, and a third time when you pay a supplier. Airwallex stops that by letting you hold and settle in the same currency. So, if you earn in dollars and need to pay suppliers in dollars, you can, without being forced to convert anything and eliminating unnecessary FX conversions and fees. That level of control, especially for growing e-commerce or SaaS companies, can be the difference between expanding profitability and expanding expensively. Pros and cons. Right, let's go through some quick pros and cons of Airwallex. Now, we love the low FX conversion margin starting at just 0.5%, the free local accounts in more than 20+ currencies, the ability to send payments to over 120 countries via local rails, or more than 150 countries when you include Swift, the strong integrations with Xero, QuickBooks, Shopify, and WooCommerce, the powerful spend controls and real-time expense tracking, the borderless cards with 0% foreign transaction fees. But we're not so keen on the lack of interest on balances, the fact that you can't do ATM withdrawals, the limited phone support, most help happens via email, the absence of physical branches, and finally the fact that you can't deposit cash or checks. Who is Airwallex ideal for? Airwallex is built for modern, globally minded businesses, including e-commerce brands selling worldwide, agencies and SaaS platforms billing clients abroad, importers and exporters managing global suppliers, and really anyone using Stripe, PayPal, or Amazon to handle cross-border payments. Now, if you move more than £10,000 per month internationally, or you want to expand globally without adding operational mess, Airwallex deserves serious consideration. Alright, let's wrap it up. If you're still using a traditional bank for your international payments, you're probably spending more, waiting longer, and working harder than you need to. Airwallex isn't perfect, but for UK businesses trading globally, it offers real savings, better control, and a much smarter way to manage money across borders. Now, if you'd like to learn more or try it out, hit the link below or scan this QR code on screen now. And if you've used Airwallex or switched from a competitor, drop your experience in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.